The person you choose to marry will influence your happiness, your emotional well-being, and the direction of your life. A supportive partner can bring peace, growth, and stability. But choosing the wrong partner can bring years of frustration, emotional stress, and regret. What makes this even more complicated is that many people only realize they married the wrong person after the wedding. But in many situations, the warning signs were already there. They simply went unnoticed or were ignored. In today's video, we're going to explore important signs that you may be about to marry the wrong person and why paying attention to these signs could protect your future. Because sometimes the most loving decision you can make is to pause and reflect before taking such a life-changing step. 1. You constantly doubt the relationship. The first warning sign is constant doubt about the relationship. Every relationship comes with moments of uncertainty. It's normal to occasionally wonder about the future or question whether things will work out. But there is a difference between temporary uncertainty and persistent doubt. If you constantly feel uneasy about your partner, the relationship, or the idea of marrying them, it may be worth paying attention to that feeling. Your intuition often notices problems before your mind fully understands them. For example, you may feel nervous whenever someone asks about your future together. You may avoid thinking deeply about the wedding, or you may find yourself repeatedly asking friends for reassurance about your relationship. Sometimes people ignore these feelings because they fear disappointing others or starting over. But marriage should feel like a step forward with confidence, not a step forward filled with constant worry. If doubt continues to return again and again, it may be a signal that something deeper needs to be examined. 2. You feel pressure to get married. Another warning sign is feeling pressured to get married. Pressure can come from many different places. Sometimes it comes from family members who want to see you settled down. Sometimes it comes from friends who are already married. And sometimes it comes from society, which often suggests that people must reach certain life milestones by a particular age. When someone feels they are running out of time, they may rush into marriage simply to avoid feeling left behind. But marriage should never be a decision based on pressure. It should be based on genuine love, understanding, and readiness. When someone marries primarily to satisfy expectations from others, they may later realize that the relationship was never truly right for them. A healthy marriage begins with two people who freely choose each other, not two people who feel forced by circumstances. Taking time to make the right decision is always better than rushing into the wrong one. 3. You ignore red flags. Another major warning sign before marriage is ignoring red flags. Red flags are behaviors or character traits that may indicate deeper problems. Some common examples include disrespectful behavior, dishonesty, extreme jealousy, controlling tendencies, a lack of responsibility, refusal to accept accountability. In many relationships, people notice these warning signs early. But because they love their partner, they convince themselves that things will improve after marriage. They may think, once we're married, things will change. Unfortunately, this is rarely how relationships work. Marriage does not magically fix serious problems. In fact, the pressures of married life can sometimes make these issues even more visible. Ignoring red flags before marriage often leads to much greater challenges later. Healthy relationships require honesty about what we see, even when the truth is uncomfortable. 4. Your values are very different. Another sign that someone may be marrying the wrong person is deeply different values. Shared values are one of the strongest foundations of a successful marriage. Values influence how people make decisions, solve problems, and plan their future. When two people share similar beliefs about important life topics, they can navigate challenges together more easily. However, when partners strongly disagree about major issues, conflict can arise repeatedly. Some of the most common areas where values may differ include faith or spiritual beliefs, financial habits and attitudes toward money, views about raising children, career priorities and life ambitions, lifestyle preferences. Love alone is not always enough to sustain a long-term relationship. Compatibility in values helps couples build a life that moves in the same direction. Without that shared direction, partners may feel like they are constantly pulling the relationship in different ways. 5. You cannot communicate effectively. The final major warning sign is poor communication. Communication is the foundation of every strong marriage. Couples who communicate well are able to express their feelings openly, resolve disagreements respectfully, listen to each other without judgment, and support each other during difficult moments. But when communication breaks down, small issues can quickly grow into larger problems. Some couples avoid difficult conversations entirely. Others may argue frequently, but never truly resolve their disagreements. Over time, this can lead to frustration, resentment, and emotional distance. Marriage requires two people who are willing to communicate honestly and patiently. Without that willingness, the relationship may struggle to survive the challenges that life inevitably brings. Choosing a life partner is one of the most important decisions anyone will make. And while love is an important part of marriage, lasting relationships require much more than love alone. They require trust, mutual respect, shared values, honest communication, and a genuine desire to grow together. Ignoring warning signs before marriage can sometimes lead to emotional pain later. But taking time to reflect, ask difficult questions, and ensure the relationship is truly healthy can protect your future happiness. Marriage works best when both partners are truly ready for the journey ahead. Now we'd love to hear from you. What do you think is the biggest warning sign someone might be about to marry the wrong person? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments. And if this video helped you think more deeply about relationships and marriage, don't forget to subscribe to Relationship and Marriage 24/7 for more honest conversations about love and relationships. Because the right marriage doesn't happen by accident. It is built with wisdom, patience, and the courage to make the right choices.